hours of training, months and months of mental preparation, all comes down to this opening race. The Australian boat Barbarians Rowing Club against Sabrina Club, Shrewsbury School alumni. And these are nerve-wracking moments, particularly if you've been drawn. I mean, in some ways, Sarah, being in the very first race, what a privilege, what an excitement. But one of these two boats this week will be over in around about 10 minutes' time.
Yeah, and the Barbarians, they've come a long way, haven't they, from Australia to have this opportunity. A lot of ex-representatives in this, that they've been having dreams of competing for their country at the highest level, and now they find themselves here at 9:30 in the morning, Tuesday, day one of Henley Royal Regatta. I've gone back to 5-day racing.
It's just poised and ready.
Go. Get ready, please.
So Matt Pinsent on umpiring duty in this first race.
Yeah, there he is on the launch number one. It's a very familiar voice, and he is doing that call over that's so famous for the Henley start, and it'll be for real in a moment.
So one of the world's most iconic sporting venues, one of the most historic sporting events, and they're underway in this very first heat. The Thames Challenge Cup, Barbarians Rowing Club to the left of your picture and Sabrina Club to the right on the Buck Station, and we're immediately watching Sabrina Club just drifting in a little bit central, and so Matt Pinsent in the umpire launch has got his eye very firmly on that. Barbarians Rowing Club there in the picture, just moving along nicely on the Berkshire Station, and we will see some boats during this week come to grief at this stage of the race, just coming off Temple Island now. And the early advantage is with Sabrina Club on the Buck Station. Sarah, they've dealt with it pretty well so far, but looking at Barbarians, they are getting very close to the boom on the left-hand side there. Yeah,
you can see the coxswain there. He's just looking over to the left-hand side and making sure that they put the rudder on so they can move away from the booms there, because this is really, really close. Sabrina, they've had that slight steering at the beginning, but they've gone out fast. They've got a lot of Henley experience in this cruise, over 17 Henley Royal Regattas between them, so they will be familiar what it feels like as they're coming to this first marker, and I can tell you, as an athlete, it feels painful at this point.
So, as they head away from Temple Island, away from Hambledon Valley, there you can see on the faces of those oarsmen the early pain, but they're getting into a nice rhythm actually. Barbarians Rowing Club, he said they've come all the way from Australia. They'll want to certainly be here tomorrow and for later stages of this Thames Challenge Cup, and they've got themselves into a nice settled rhythm there.
Yeah, they do. They look like they've got themselves really flat. You can see how strong and athletic they are. Sabrina was slightly higher on that start, and they got that early advantage, but it is just at the barrier, the first marker. I think we'll see that Sabrina are ahead at that point, but this race has got a long way to go yet.
Yeah, you can see in the bow seat there, Alexander Davis in the Sabrina Club. Just a narrow margin of a lead at the moment for Sabrina, but making steady progress. This is the Shrewsbury School alumni, and Shrewsbury School, of course, their most famous old boy, Charles Darwin. So I guess this race will be survival of the fittest, Sarah.
Oh, well, there you go. I like the line, Charles Darwin.
Yeah, he was at Shrewsbury School many years ago.
Very good, and of course Adrian Cassidy as well, who's on our commentary team and with us later this morning. Another old Salopian.
Almost as distinguished.
Not quite as famous as Charles Darwin.
So it's a very even race, actually. It's worth noting, Sarah, in this very first heat, the Thames Challenge Cup first heat, Barbarians Rowing Club against Sabrina Club, Australia against Great Britain in a roundabout sort of a way. It's incredibly tight.
Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it, to see the Barbarians Rowing Club look like they're getting a little bit up. They'll have that energy as they come towards the enclosures, towards the crowds on that side, and I think they're going to feel themselves coming through the Salopians as we're watching this. So let's keep an eye on the distances from this camera here, but it's an exciting race. We're within half a length at the moment.
So on the Buck Station, Sabrina Club with half a length advantage over Barbarians Rowing Club on the Berkshire station. But it's still anyone's race, isn't it? These 8s take a little bit more time to shift their order, but that is a tight enough race for things to happen in these final few hundred metres, quite a few hundred metres still.
Yeah, and just looking at Sabrina Club, they're really flat at their blade, so it looks like they're light and they're fast. The Barbarians on this side, on the camera here, their puddles look like they're a little bit deeper, they're a little bit frothy, there's a lot of power in their boat. But at the moment, Sabrina, they're just keeping lighter, quieter, calmer, looser in the shoulders, and that is keeping them away.
Yeah, Cox, Archie, Duckworth, you can see there in the Sabrina boat, and you can see the face of Adam Patton in the stroke seat rower there, setting a nice pace, and they'll be pretty pleased. Well, Adam Patton definitely in the stroke seat, you can see there, he's got all of Barbarians in his sights, hasn't he, which is exactly where he wants them to be.
He has, and actually on this last part of the race, they've moved again. The Barbarians came back onto them. We saw the length went down to half a length, and now Sabrina have gone up, as you say, to 3/4, maybe the full length as they're coming through there. So the power and the energy, and they will be coming back to the old Salopians.
And for the Australians, it's now or never, really. Jerome Van Kahn, the Cox for Barbarians. Watson, Whiteman, Spork, Whiteman, Fennan, and Luke Allen in the stroke seat there. Work to be done in front of stewards if their week is not to finish very early, because they're a length down. Sabrina Club moving really well.
Yeah, interesting here. I just heard the Cox, Archie, Duckworth on the mic being picked up here. He was just saying, yeah, walking, and I think what he's encouraging his crew is just to walk away, make sure they don't stick at this point, and finish the race off at this point. It's early days in this Open 8s event, the Thames Challenge Cup, but this is an exciting first race.
It is. 3/4 of a length separates the two boats as they come in front of an already congested stewards enclosure. Sabrina Club in the Thames Challenge Cup. Not too far to go now. Barbarians Rowing Club, no, time is running out here.
And as you'd expect, they're fighting to the line on that. Sabrina, you can see their rate coming up. The barbars are moving again. I'm not sure we call them barbars, but I think they look like they're coming up. They're going to sprint this all the way to the line, but the Sabrina Rowing Club are moving away. They got that early victory, early advantage.
Yeah, very controlled victory in our opening heat of Henley Royal Regatta 2025 in the Thames Challenge Cup for Sabrina Club, who win by 3/4 of a length against the Australians Barbarians Rowing Club. An early exit for them, but a good race, a really good race first up.